Patrick is 63, I believe, right? How old are you? 64, and I'm 91. And Ann here is a young lady that I don't know her age. He was born with cerebral palsy and deaf, and the doctors said that he would never walk or talk. We worked with Patrick day after day, trying to get him to take one step, and then he finally did take a step, and we moved the chairs back, and he took two, and on and on and on until he could stumble around the house. But he was very persistent. I give him a lot of credit for keep trying. Pat lives in Booth Home, which is a Salvation Army home. I live here at Maple Knoll. My wife died 8 years ago, and my doctor kept telling me that I should live where people are. Get out of that home. I was, living by myself. It's about a little less than a half-hour drive from where Pat lives, so we're not close to each other. I get many calls from his support team, and they think they're talking to Pat, but I have to tell them I don't live next door to him.
What kinds of activities do you do now with your club? When you get together with your friends, what do you like to do? Playing cards.
He's better at poker than I am.
I remember that you said that you'd like to get together, especially on Saturdays, to play cards.
But really, Ian, with the Hamilton County support, made it work for Pat. I mean, he was able to live and function pretty well. To me, it's obvious that Council on Aging and Hamilton County have to get together to agree on what the needs are. And then once those needs are agreed, then the two entities need to decide which part they're going to take and which part the other is going to take, so they're not either overlapping or missing something.
Patrick was receiving services that would include going out into the community, and also a little bit at home, a little bit of help with laundry, but a lot more geared toward getting out to do different things. When Patrick moved in, I contacted Council on Aging because there were some services we were hoping that Patrick could be eligible for, because 15 hours living on your own didn't seem like enough. They were able to provide some more in-home services as well as Meals on Wheels.
My name is MARCHÉ GENDREW. I am a care coordinator for the Weber family. And the program that he's involved in is the Elderly Service Program.
I remember the very first thing Patrick asked you was on his walker, he didn't have a tray.
Right.
It was like,
it has to have a tray.
I need a tray. And
right.
You were able to get that very quickly. And
yes.
He was quite happy about that.
Yeah.
I appreciate the fact that you speak up. You know and understand the services that you receive, and you know what you need. And whenever anything needs to change, you let us know. There was a provider that I heard about. We provide services through an agency. It's called Right at Home, and the direct care staff was there saying, Patrick has expressed some concerns. And I contacted MARCHÉ and said, listen, this is what Patrick's saying about this particular provider.
Right.
And then
I picked it up, and then I emailed. Of course, we were getting notification that this particular provider was no longer going to serve our clients any longer. And once that was confirmed, of course, I've emailed, the provider just to make sure that, things were going smoothly and what services was provided. So that when we do get connected to the next provider, that he's getting the same hours, the same time, and we didn't want anything to change except for the actual person.
We sat down and we had a meeting with them, and it wasn't one of our regularly scheduled meetings.
No.
It was, we pulled it together and said, let's all, because Mr. Weber was hearing part of it, and Patrick was,
Yes.
Patrick was telling everybody something. And so we all needed to hear it all together. And
right.
So we did. We sat down and, let's start at the beginning. Let's start. A Right at Home
yes.
staff representative was there as well. And this happened on such a day, this happened on such a day. And then we figured out exactly what was going on. And so then we talked to Patrick about, this person will end, and then you'll have a new person come in. You'll have a chance to meet them, and then is the schedule fine? Are the services fine?
Yeah, collaboration I think is very key, and I think that the more we collaborate as agencies and understand, a big part too is understanding what's going on with the client. If you don't know what's going on, how can you possibly serve? So that's for all entities involved, and making sure that we're all on the same page when it comes to that.
Right. I think that each agency needs to be aware of what what each agency can provide and bring to the table, so there's not really overlap, because I think Patrick benefits from a lot of different services, but not two of the same,
Right.
So if each can come in and provide something different.
But I think that's a key point, where it's very, very important that we're not overlapping and that we're not providing the same kind of care services to the client, because that defeats the purpose of all of us being involved. Everybody has a role on a team, and things can get done that way.